Hey everybody, the Super Vader 400 here, back for another video, and this time this is my thoughts on the Deadpool trailer, which I think was released last week. I meant to do a video on this last week, but I never got around to doing it. Before I forget, let's do this video now. I've been interested. At first, I really wasn't interested in this film because, of course, the Deadpool character, of course, was still owned by Fox, and I wanted Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and 20th Century Fox after those god awful X-Men films. Those god awful X-Men films. I didn't want to watch another Marvel film. I didn't want to watch another Marvel film by them, and of course I got sick of 20th Century Fox messing up the X-Men films. Then promising to do better in the sequels. When the sequels comes, the sequels turn into they reboot the films. They reboot the films even though they were advertised as sequels. That's false advertising. I was disappointed the fact that the Deadpool movie would be a reboot of Wolverine origins instead of a continuation of that film of that film. Instead of taking criticism and trying to make the sequels better, no, they try to disregard the original film and make a new film. They secretly do that. They don't even announce that they're gonna reboot the film. They secretly reboot the film. So when I heard that news, I initially wasn't looking forward to Deadpool, even though what Ryan Reynolds returning as Deadpool, Wade Wilson Deadpool was a plus because I loved him as Wade Wilson in I loved him as Wade Wilson in Deadpool. He was born to play. He was born to play that role. I've always thought Ryan Reynolds should have played that role after seeing him in Blade Trinity as Hannibal, as the comedic version of Hannibal King. In the comics, Hannibal King is a more serious character, but because Ryan Reynolds plays comedy characters, his character was a comedy character. Then of course I saw the trailer, and the trailer was awesome. Talk about already exceeding my expectations, exceeding my already lowered expectations for this film. The trailer was awesome. Lots of action. Ryan Reynolds was funny in the trailer. I love the DMS gonna give it to him song playing in the background. The sword fighting looked cool. Love the Deadpool costume. He looks straight out of the comics. All the other characters are either given modernized version of their comic books looks or completely different versions. But Wade Wilson Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds is straight out of the comic book. The premise on that I read on Wikipedia looks good. The premise on Wikipedia looks good. I'm also can't wait to see what not what was his name? Yeah, definitely Colossus. What his role is gonna be in the film. What his role is gonna be in the film. I also became interested in the film when I heard Colossus was gonna be in it. Colossus, in my opinion, has always been one of the underrated X-Men. He's not featured as much in the. He's featured heavy, predominantly in the comic books, but in the media outside of X-Men, he's not really featured that much. He was featured in the Pride of X-Men television pilot, but that was only one episode. That was only a one-time episode pilot that was never really picked up. Then in the X-Men animated series, he was only featured in that one episode which featured the debut appearance of Juggernaut in that cartoon. Then of course he was featured as a mostly as a background character and as a bad guy, as a member of Magneto's team in X-Men Evolution, which is the only thing I didn't like about X-Men Evolution. And of course, he's not really featured that much, and he wasn't really featured that much in Wolverine and the X-Men, and he was of course only featured in one episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which is a good episode. What I'm trying to say is he's underrated because outside of the comic books, he doesn't appear that much in the television series. So I really can't wait to see what his role is here, and I'm happy he was included in the film. If he's included in more X-Men films, I may watch the other X-Men films. All right. Well, this was my quick thoughts on the Deadpool trailer. I didn't feel like talking much about the synopsis as I read it on Wikipedia, and it looks good. It looks good. It sounds good, and this should be a good film for a 20th Century Fox film. This looks great because I want because I was sick of 20th Century Fox superhero movies. I wanted all the characters back in Marvel Cine, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before a 20th Century Fox film and a non-Marvel Cinematic Universe film. This film was great. Also, the comedy relief character from Transformers 4: Age of Extinction who got killed, he's featured in this film in a funny moment. I also love the jab at the. I usually hate this, but I love the jab at the Green Lantern, the Green Lantern film, which I loved Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern, and I'm disappointed that he won't be returning to play that role. But I'm really happy that that franchise is being rebooted. That franchise is being rebooted with Green Lantern scheduled to appear in Justice League and an own film of his in 2019, and of course Ryan Reynolds left the Green Lantern to come back to do the role he was born to play, and that was Wade Wilson Deadpool. I can't wait. 2016 is going to be an awesome year for films. All right, Doug out.